It's a seismic shift, almost unthinkable just a few decades ago. The Gulf states, home to some of the world's richest oil reserves, are embarking on an audacious economic transition. From black gold to literal gold, the glittering allure of tourism. In the early part of the 21st century, these states, namely Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Qatar, were synonymous with oil. The precious commodity underpinned their economies and catapulted them onto the global stage. The oil boom of the 70s and 80s had transformed these desert kingdoms into modern-day economic powerhouses. Yet, as we moved into the new millennium, a shift began. The world was waking up to the realities of climate change and the need for renewable energy. The oil era was facing its twilight, and the Gulf states knew they needed to adapt. In the early 2000s, the United Arab Emirates took the first significant steps towards diversification. The oil-rich state began investing heavily in tourism, positioning Dubai as a global travel destination. The colossal Burj Khalifa, the Palm Jumeirah, and the world islands Dubai's skyline emerged as a testament to the nation's ambition. In the 2010s, Saudi Arabia followed suit. The kingdom, traditionally closed off to non-religious tourism, started issuing tourist visas for the first time in its history. The 2030 Vision Plan, launched in April 2016, aimed to increase the contribution of tourism to the country's GDP from 3% to 10% by the year 2030. Meanwhile, Qatar, with its successful bid to host the 2022 FIFA World Cup, was also embarking on its journey to become a global tourism hub. The nation began developing infrastructure at an unprecedented scale, with stadiums, hotels, and cultural venues springing up across the country. But this grand transition has not been without its controversies. Beneath the shimmering facades and architectural marvels lies a darker reality: the mistreatment of migrant workers. Reports of poor living conditions, withheld wages, and human rights abuses have emerged from these rapidly developing nations, casting a shadow over their ambitious plans. Yet despite these issues, the transition continues at a rapid pace. The Gulf states are determined to reshape their economies and their international image. They are betting on tourism to secure their future in a post-oil world. The implications of this transition are far-reaching. On one hand, it could create new opportunities for economic growth, job creation, and cultural exchange. On the other hand, it raises serious questions about labor rights and sustainable development. In conclusion, the economic transition in the Gulf states is a complex and multifaceted process. It represents a bold attempt to diversify their oil-dependent economies, but it also exposes some of the harsh realities of rapid development. Whether this gamble will pay off, only time will tell, and the world is watching.